friends. So
Bhante, the voice is very soft, Bhante.
oh, I have to switch it. Can I stop? Yes, can you hear well now?
And now very good, Bhante.
Okay. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so Venerable Sangha, Salis, and the Dhamma friends. So today we'll resume our discussion on the paccayas which we were discussing. So we were discussing the paccayas in the Sahajāta group, the Sahajāta small group, right? So last week we completed until the path condition, the Magga paccaya, and so today we'll be discussing the Āhāra paccaya, the mental, the nutriment condition, and from that we have a paccaya called the mental nutriment, Āhāra. So that's what we'll be discussing this evening. So now we will go to the paccayuddesa as usual. So for that we have this table. By the way, Brother JJ, do you have any notes in Chinese where you can share? Bhante Kassapa had already.
So, I
Not
mean,
really, right? For the Sarupata, for the Āhāra paccaya.
oh, okay. Not in this way, Bhante. Not in this. Maybe just a summarized form, I think.
Can I see it? I mean, will it be okay to explain? What I'm going to do is to explain the Rupāhāra from here. We just need to explain the. I believe you can already translate this Pali, and then you have to just explain the Sarupata, the analytical states.
Okay, I tried to find it. Bhante will explain Rupa Āhāra, not Nama Āhāra.
I mean, first we'll be discussing the Āhāra paccaya, the paccayuddesa. So we'll quickly go through it, or we can do it later on. Yeah, no problem. Okay, I will not explain this because anyway, there's another group later on as Rupāhāra. So in that place we'll be discussing this in detail. So for the time being, I'll just mention that there is one part called Rupāhāra. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, please sit. I resume the video. I have to resume the video. Right. So in the Pali, in the Paccayuddesa Pali and the Paccayaniddesa Pali, we have the Pali as for the Āhāra paccaya as Āhāra paccayoti, Kabalikaro Āhāro, Imassa Kayasa Āhāra paccayana paccayo. So the Āhāra paccaya is two-folded. One is the mental nutriment and the physical nutriment. It's the Rupāhāra, it's the physical nutriment. So this Rupāhāra part, the physical nutriment part, we'll be discussing in a separate group. So we will not be discussing now. And then what is really relevant for us at this moment in the Sahajāta small group is the mental nutriment. In the Pali, we find it as Arupino Āhāra Sampayuttakanang Dhammanang Tan Samutthānānang Sarūpānang Āhāra paccayana paccayo. So we'll be discussing the analytical states for this in the Pañhāvara. Right. So we'll next move to the Pañhāvara. Right. In the Pañhāvara, the investigation chapter. Now we need to know that regarding the nutriment, it's two-folded. It's the mental nutriment and the physical nutriment. And in the Pali, it's called Kabalikara Āhāra. It refers to the material food, the physical nutriment. And for the mental nutriments, there are three types. The first one is called Pasahara, it's contact. Manosanchetana-hara, it's mental volition. And Vijnana-hara is the consciousness. So it's the two-folded, right? So the Pasahara, it's in analytical terms, it's the pasa, the touching the mental factor, and Manosanchetana-hara means the mental volition, and the Vijnana-hara is the consciousness. Right. So the physical nutriment condition, the Rupahara Paccaya, it's included in the physical nutriment group, right? There's a specific group for that, which we'll be discussing in the future from that 9 groups. And then the physical nutriment, the mental nutriment condition, that's what we'll be discussing here. Right. So first, we need to know a little bit about the meaning of Āhāra. Right. So the Āhāra, so can you see the screen now?
Yes, Bhante.
Okay. So Āhāra is right. Āhāra. So this, so we have to, so grammatically this is Ha, this is a prefix, and Hara is the second word. So there are two words here. So in Āhāra, Hara means the Hara means carrying, right? So meaning it's carrying, and right, carrying, and we can say as holding, right? Striving forward, not striving really. You can say it's carrying forward, like that, carrying. So the meaning of what the meaning here in the prefix of is intense, right? Intense. So what certain set of dhammas, they have the ability to drive, to carry forward the other dhammas intensively, right? So that's the literal meaning of Āhāra, right? So we know that there are 3 types of Āhāra, nutriments, right? So there are 3 types, right? So first one was the physical nutriment, which is the Rupahara, that is the food or whatever the things which we consume, right? So generally through the mouth, and anything, it can be any ointment or any kind of treatment that you do on your skin. So whatever the physical components which adds to our body, and when they are supporting our body to strive forward, carry forward, so those belong to the physical nutriment. So because of that, this physical nutriment, the beings can move forward. So that becomes one of the main causes, one of the main reasons, the factors for the person for a being to carry forward. So that the physical nutriments, such as the food that we eat, it becomes a factor to carry our lives intensively. So the next one, the next nutriment is the mental nutriments. There were 3 of them. So the first one is called the Pasahara, which is the contact. So it's because of the contact, the touching, the mental factor of touching, the pasa, it results in the feeling, right? It becomes the main reason for the Vedana Chetasika, for the feeling mental factor. And this feeling, it results in having craving, the greed. So because of the greed, the beings they will extend their samsara, the life continuum. So for the passa, for the craving, for the arising of the craving, and also for the extension of their of the life continuum, the passa becomes the touching. It becomes one of the main factor to strive forward. Okay, so the next one is the mental volition, right? The next one is the mental volition. Right? Mental volition, in Pali it's called mano sancetana āhāra. So in terms of the analytical states, it's the volition, right? It's the volition, the cetana. So what is done by this mental volition is that it becomes an important factor for the striving of a being, because the beings in this life, in the life continuum, in the samsara, they accumulate wholesome and unwholesome karmas. So because of the accumulation of the wholesome and the unwholesome karmas, they will be reborn, right? So that's one of the main reasons which carry forward the being in the samsara. So the next one, it's the final one. It's called the vijñāna-āhāra. It's the consciousness. So it's the consciousness, right? The vijñāna-āhāra. So the consciousness, it's mean these consciousness, they because of them, there will be, it's going to be the resultant rebirth, right? So when somebody is reborn, if a being is reborn, it's the consciousness which is the main factor, the main thing which comes as the resultant. So because of that, then there will be associated other mental factors, and also the karma born material, and whatever the other material. So this the consciousness, it becomes a main factor for the existence of the beings, to drive the beings in the life continuum. Right. So now regarding the passa, the contact and the mental volition and the consciousness. So or the reasons why I mentioned for them to be mental nutriment is that these mental factors and the consciousness, they drive the beings in the samsara. But not only that, that's the main reason. But there are certain contacts, right? So contacts and mental volitions and consciousness, which will not drive the beings into the samsara. So such as the resultant consciousness, the resultant volitions, and the contact, the passa of the arahantas. But still, they become become important factors for the beings to drive forward. And because of that, all the contacts which comes with the 89 consciousness, the volition which comes in the mental 89 consciousness, and for the 89 consciousness itself, they become mental nutriment condition, the conditioning factor for the mental nutriment condition. Right. So now we will go through the Pali which comes in the investigation chapter, in the Vibhanga, the analytical, the investigation chapter, and then we'll translate. So what we have to really understand here is that the format is the same, right? For the all 7 paccayas, there are few subtle differences, of course, but for the Āhāra paccaya, it's the same, right? So there are three kusala terms, wholesome terms. So the Pali, it comes as Kusalo Dhammo, Kusalasa Dhammasa, Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo, Kusala Āhāra Sampayuttakanang Khandhanang, Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo. Wholesome phenomena, support to the wholesome phenomena through the force of nutriment condition. The wholesome mental nutriment support to the associated aggregates through the force of nutriment condition. Right? So like that, okay. The next one is Kusalo Dhammo Abhyakatassa Dhammasa Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo. Kusala Āhāra. Oh, I forgot to tell you, right? So here you may have noticed here, it was Kusala Āhāra, right? In the Anuvada Pali, the explanation Pali, we have the Kusala Āhāra, right? Here also it's like that. Kusala Āhāra, Chitta Samutthānānaṁ Rūpānaṁ Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo. Wholesome phenomena support to the indeterminate phenomena through the force of nutriment condition. The wholesome mental nutriments support to the mind produced matter through the force of nutriment condition. So in the third one, the third answer, Kusalo Dhammo Kusalassaca Abhyakatassaca Dhammasa Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo Kusala Āhāra Sampayuttakanang Khandhanang Chitta Samutthānānaṁ ca Rūpānaṁ Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo. So we have the two terms combined here in the condition states. Wholesome phenomena support to the wholesome phenomena and the indeterminate phenomena through the force of nutriment condition. The wholesome mental nutriments support to the associated aggregates and the mind produced matter through the force of nutriment condition. Right. So regarding the akusala terms, three akusala terms, it's similar to the same method as in the three kusala terms, but here you can note the kusala āhāra, it becomes akusala āhāra, right? So here the translation is the unwholesome mental nutriments, right? So in all these three terms, that's the difference, right? Yes. Right. Now, so with the three akusala terms, 6 answers are done. And in the seventh one, in the seventh one, the Pali is Abhyakato Dhammo, Abhyakatassa Dhammassa Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo. And here, in the explanation, there's a small change. Vipaka Abhyakata, Kiriya Abhyakata, Āhāra. So change comes here, right? Vipaka Abhyakata, Kiriya Abhyakata, Āhāra. Sampayuttakanang Khandhanang Chitta Samutthānānaṁ ca Rūpānaṁ Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo. So that's the first one, which is related to the during lifetime, the first sentence. The second sentence, it's Patisandhikkane Vipaka Abhyakata Āhāra Sampayuttakanang Khandhanang Katattasa Rūpānaṁ Āhāra Paccayena Paccayo. So the translation is indeterminate phenomena, support to the indeterminate phenomena through the force of nutriment condition, resultant indeterminate mental nutriments and functional indeterminate mental nutriments support to the associated aggregates and the mind produced matter through the force of nutriment condition. At the moment of conception, resultant indeterminate mental nutriments support to the associated aggregates and the karma produced matter through the force of nutriment condition. Right. So now I want to show you something regarding the Pali. So for the Āhāra Paccayo, what we discussed already were these three kusala terms. And then we have these three akusala terms, right? It's very straightforward. Which we did. And the seventh one, we just finished discussing the translation, of course, to this part, right? Which included the Āhāra Paccaya at the life during the lifetime, and also the at the moment of conception, right? So these are the two things that we discussed, two lines that we, two sentences which we discussed. But now we have another Pali here, Kabali Karo Āhāro Imassa Kayasa Āhāra paccayana paccayo. So this is regarding the physical nutriment condition, right? This is for the physical nutriment condition, which we will be discussing in the physical nutriment group, not at this Sahajāta small group, right? We are not discussing it here, but the relationship here is abhyakato dhammo abhyakatassa, right? Indeterminate dhammas supporting the indeterminate dhammas, like that, right? So that's why it's included in here. So when we add up all the answers in the nutriment condition, there will be only 7, because of this, because the physical nutriment condition is included here, right? So there won't be any addition, because it's the relationship in terms of the wholesome triplet is abhyakato abhyakatassa, the indeterminate dhamma supporting the indeterminate dhamma. So it's two-folded here. If you look at this answer of abhyakato abhyakatassa, it's two-folded, right? One, it includes this mental nutriment, and secondly we have this physical nutriment condition. Now we will go through the analytical states. Analytical states. So before that, there is a small note included here regarding the Sahajāta small group table. So here, I think it's very self-explanatory. Please read it, right? So how to get this Sahajāta small group table. Yes. Right. So now we'll move to the analytical states. In summary, I believe that you all are memorizing these, right? Mental nutriment condition for here. So the conditioning states we already discussed. There are 3 mental nutriment conditions. So the passa, contact, cetana, the volition, and the vijnana, the consciousness. And the condition states, similar to what we already discussed. It's the associated aggregates, which is the sampayutta khandha, the mind-produced matter, the chittaja rupa, and at the moment of conception, karma-produced matter, the patisandhi kammaja rupa. So regarding these 3 conditioning states, the contact, the mental volition, and the consciousness. Now these three conditioning states, they are always associated. They are always evident in every mind moment, right? Because vijnana it's the 89 consciousness itself. The contact, it's the 89, the contact mental factor in the 89 consciousness, and the mental volition in the 89 consciousness. So they are always present in the 89 type of consciousness. When every time that they are arising, then these conditioning states are there. Right. So regarding the conditioned states, conditioned phenomena, the associated aggregates, which is relevant to each of the consciousness, and we have the mind-produced matter and the karma-produced matter, right? So those becomes the conditioned states, which is very straightforward. Right. So we already know in the single enumeration Pali, in the Pali it comes as Āhāra satta. Āhāra means in nutriment condition. Satta means 7 type of. I think it's wrong here. The translation should be. It should be 7 answers, right? 7 answers. So please correct this when you're translating.
Okay, Bhante.
Right. Now we'll move into the further details to analyze the mental states, analytical states of the mental nutriment condition. So one good thing and one easy what makes this the analytical states easy in this mental nutrimental condition is that it's always present in every mind moment, and all the three conditioning phenomena are present in every moment. So which means that there is no no analytical state which is going to be excluded in the conditioned state, right? Because in the conditioning phenomena, all three are present whenever in all the mind movements, right? So that makes the analytical states easy in the mental nutriment condition, right? So in kusala, we have passa, cetana, and vijnana, these three in the wholesome consciousness. So in the term ending in the wholesome term ending, the associated aggregates becomes the conditioned state, which is 21 wholesome consciousness and 38 mental factors. And for indeterminate term ending, the mind-produced matter becomes the conditioned state. And for wholesome and indeterminate state, it becomes the conditions phenomena, becomes the associated aggregates and the mind-produced matter. So regarding the akusala terms, it's same method. It's quite easy. So we have the for the conditioning phenomena, we have the contact, volition, and the consciousness which arise, which is there in the akusala mind moments, unwholesome mind moments, and in the term endings for unwholesome, we have the associated aggregates, which are the 12 unwholesome consciousness and the 27 mental factors. And for the abhyakata, for the indeterminate, we have the mind-produced matter, and for the unwholesome and the indeterminate, we have the associated aggregates and the mind-produced matter. Right. So for the indeterminate, for the abhyakata, this is the conditioning phenomena are the same, and the conditioned state are going to be the associated the term ending is the indeterminate, and the associated aggregates which is related to 36 resultant consciousness and 20 functional consciousness and 38 mental factors. They are the associated aggregates. And then we have the mind-produced matter, and at the moment of conception, karma-produced matter, as usual, in the conditioned phenomena.
That's it.
So this I have to explain a little bit about something called pure conditioned and conditions and mixed conditions. This is again a term which is introduced by some of the Burmese sadhus to explain certain paccayas. We know there was a group called mixed conditions. It's not related to this one. So what is mentioned here is that it's there are two types of conditions. One is called pure and the other one is called mixed. Right? In Pali you call Suddha, and the mixed one is called Missaka. So the basis to have this division is on the criteria of inclusion in the groups. So if one condition, right, one conditional relation, if it belongs purely to one group, it's called a pure one, right, a Suddha Paccaya. And if it is included in more than one group, if one condition, so then it becomes as mixed, right? So this is just this does not come in the commentaries, but it's mainly used by some Burmese sadhus. Some of them use this word to explain. So I also included in this book because it's easy to understand through this. So for example, the paccaya that we already discussed, the nutriment condition, it's a mixed condition because it included in the Sahajāta the connaissance small group, and also it was included in the physical nutriment group, which we will be discussing in the future. So like that. but the conditions which is such as like the hetu, the root condition, the jhana condition, the absorption, and the magga condition, the magga paccaya. So they belong to the pure category because they were only included in the Sahajāta small group, right? Because they were included in that group only. So that's the reason, the basis for the for this. So this knowledge becomes helpful sometimes in understanding where the paccayas are. Right. Okay, so now the next topic is the connaissance faculty condition, the Sahajāta Indriya Paccaya. But before moving to that, if you have any questions regarding the paccaya which we discussed, the nutriment condition, we can spend some time on that. Okay, no questions it seems. Okay, so now we move into the connaissance faculty condition, the Sahajāta Indriya Paccaya. So first we'll go through the paccayuddesa Pali. Right, it's three-folded. I will just go through the Pali. Of course, I will not go into the details. We'll be discussing some of the paccayas in their respective groups. Right, so the Pali, it comes Indriya Paccayoti Chakkundriyang Chakkuviññāna dhātuya tan sampayuttakanang ca Dhammanang Indriya Paccayena Paccayo, which means the Indriya Paccaya means Chakku Indriyang is eye faculty, Chakku Viññāna dhātuya for the eye consciousness element and the associated dhammas. Indriya Paccayena Paccayo is a condition as Indriya condition, right? Through the Indriya condition, the faculty condition. Right. So this Pali was for the eye faculty, the Chakkundriyang. So similarly, it's for the Sotindriyang, the ear faculty, Gāhanindriyang, etc. For the 5 faculties we have. Right. And then we have something called the life materiality life faculty, Rupa Jivitindriyang Katatta Rupanang Indriya Paccayena Paccayo, like that. The third type is Sahajāta Indriya, the mental faculties, which is connaissance mental faculties. The part it comes as Arupino Indriya Sampayuttakanang Dhammanang Tang Samutthānānaṁ ca Rūpānaṁ Indriya Paccayena Paccayo. So Arupino Indriya means the connaissance mental faculties. They support the associated dhammas and the that produce materiality through the Indriya condition. So here we have to understand in the Pali that we went through, it was three-folded, right? The connaissance faculty, which is the Sahajāta Indriya condition, which we are going to discuss in this group, which is in the Sahajāta group. And we have the prenaissance faculty, the Purejāta Indriya condition, and the physical life faculty, the Rupa Jivit Indriya condition. So what we have to know is that from the knowledge from the Abhidhamma Sangha, we know that there are 22 faculties, and the mental faculties, all of them, they belong to the connaissance faculty category and are classified under the connaissance smaller group, which we are discussing now. And the prenaissance faculty, it belongs to the Purejāta Indriya, is classified in the base prenaissance group, Vattu Purejāta group. And the physical life faculty condition, the Rupa Jivit Indriya condition is a part of the physical life faculty group. Right. So what so because of that, the faculty condition, it's considered as a mixed condition, right? So, but we will be discussing only the connaissance faculty condition now. So now we will go through the Pali, which is related, which is only for the connaissance faculty condition, right? Only the Sahajāta Indriya. So here also it's the same format, the same method which we already know. The Pali, it's the same. The difference here we have is that we have the Kusalo Dhammo, Kusalasa Dhammasa becomes Indriya Paccayana Paccayo. Kusala Indriya Sampayutakhanam Khandana. The Pali it becomes Kusala Indriya, right? Sampayutakhanam Khandanam Indriya Paccayana Paccayo. The translation is the wholesome phenomena support to the wholesome phenomena through the force of faculty condition. The wholesome mental faculties support to the associated aggregates. Right? So here through the force of faculty condition. So here we have the wholesome mental faculties, Kusala Indriya, like that. The same format for the Kusalo Abhyakatassa. Kusalo Dhammo Abhyakatassa Dhammassa. Indriya Paccayana Paccayo Kusala Indriya Chitta Samutthānānaṁ Rūpānaṁ Indriya Paccayana Paccayo. Right. Wholesome phenomena support to the indeterminate phenomena through the force of faculty condition. The wholesome mental faculties support to the mind produce matter through the force of faculty condition, like that. Right. So the third one is, the third kusala term is Kusalo Dhammo Kusalasya cha Abhyakatasya cha Dhammassa. This is typo here. Should be Dhammassa Indriya Paccayena Paccayo Kusala Indriya Sampayutakhanam Khandhanam Chitta Samutthānānaṁ cha Rūpānaṁ. It should be Chitta Samutthānānaṁ cha Rūpānaṁ. The cha has to be added here. Indriya Paccayena Paccayo. Wholesome phenomena support to the wholesome and indeterminate phenomena through the force of faculty condition. The wholesome mental faculties support to the associated aggregates, and the mind produce matter through the force of faculty condition. That's the translation. Right. So then we have the three unwholesome terms, which is similar to the wholesome, apart from the here, the Kusalo Dhammo and Akusala Āhāra. The rest is the same format, which came in the three Kusala terms. So here it's a typo. It should be Akusala Indriya, right? It's a typo here too. Right. And now we move into the indeterminate term. The Pali comes as Abhyagato Dhammo, Abhyagatassa Dhammassa Indriya Paccayana Paccayo. Here it becomes Vipaka Abhyagata, Kiriya Abhyagata Indriya, Sampayutakhanam Khandhanam, Chitta Samutthānānaṁ Rūpānaṁ, Indriya Paccayena Paccayo, Patisandhikkhañe Vipaka Abhyagata Indriya, Sampayutakhanam Khandhanam, Katattasa Rūpānaṁ, Indriya Paccayena Paccayo. Indeterminate phenomena support to the indeterminate phenomena through the force of faculty condition. Resultant indeterminate faculties and functional indeterminate faculties support to the associated aggregates, and mind produce matter through the force of faculty condition. At the moment of conception, resultant indeterminate mental faculties support to the associated aggregates, and the karma produce matter through the force of faculty condition. Right. So the Sahajāta small group table, I think it's self-explanatory already. Oh, but I forgot to explain one thing, which is the conditioning. Something about the conditioning. Conditioning about the Indriya Paccaya. And this Indriya, in this Paccaya, the meaning of Indriya is that we already know it's the faculty. So what it does is that the Dhammas, which comes in the Indriya Paccaya, the conditioning states, they become the leader, they become the driving force, they become the controller in whatever the function that they are performing, right? Say, for example, now there are ultimate realities, right? So we'll be discussing these ultimate realities. For say for example, in these conditioning states, there are 8 ultimate realities. So the first one is Jivit Indriya, so life faculty. So this mental factor of life faculty, in the function of maintaining the life in the mental phenomena, it becomes the controller, the leader, right? And the second one which is given is the consciousness. It becomes the leader, the controller in its function. Vedana, the feeling, the saddha, and all this becomes in whatever the function, they becomes the prominent one in its function. So that is the Indriya Paccaya Sati, the Indriya force. So in the conditioning states, there are 8 of them. The ultimate realities, the Jivitindriya, the life faculty, the Chitta, the consciousness, Vedana, the feeling, the Saddha, faith, and Virya, the effort, Sati, mindfulness, Ekagata, one-pointedness, and Panya, the wisdom. So these become the conditioning states. Right. So in the conditioned states, we have the associated aggregates, the Sampayutta Kanda, the mind produce matter, and then the Patisandhi Kamma Jarupa at the moment of conception, Kamma produce matter. Right. So here we have 7 enumerations. Right. And here we know in the conditioned states, in the conditioning states, that there were 8 ultimate realities, right? There were 8 of them here in the ultimate realities. And but what happened here is that we know from the 22 faculties, there are 15 mental faculties, right? But in terms of the analytical states, it's only 8, right? So the mental faculties are, namely, we have the Nama Jivitindriya, the mental life faculty, the mind faculty, Manindriya, then the pleasure faculty, Sukhindriya, pain faculty, Dukkhindriya, joy faculty, Somanasindriya, grief faculty, Domanasindriya, equanimity faculty, Upekkindriya. So we know it now it's in the faculties. Among these faculties, these 5 are related to the feeling, right? From Sukhindriya to the Upekkindriya, there are 5 of them. But when you consider the analytical states, it's only one analytical state, right? Which is the feeling mental factor, right? And then we have the faith faculty, Saddhindriya, energy faculty, Virindriya, mindfulness faculty, Satindriya, concentration faculty, Samadhindriya, and wisdom faculty, the Pañhāvara05, right? And there are 3 more faculties which are related to which are associated with the supramundane states, right? So we have in faculty called Ananya Tanyasami Tindriya. So that means literally it means I will know the unknown, right? So this is the Sotapatti Maggachitta, right? The stream enter path consciousness. And then we have the next one, which is called Anindriya. The Anyindriya means, literally it means faculty of knowledge, which means that knowing something. So it belongs to the Sotapatti Magga, the stream-enter path consciousness, to the Arahant. Arahant, I'm sorry, here it starts from stream-enter resultant consciousness to the Arahanta's path consciousness. This is the Anyindriya. And finally, we have the Anyatavindriya, the faculty of one who has attained the final knowledge. That is the Arahanta's resultant consciousness. So all of these three indriyas, three faculties, three supramundane faculties, plus the wisdom faculty. So all of them are wisdom, right? It's the wisdom, the panya, when we consider the analytical states, right? So that's why, even though that there are 15 mental faculties, that there are only 8 analytical states. Right. So the conditioned states, are the associated aggregates that are supported by the Indriya, by the faculty, and also the mind-produced matter and the karma-produced matter at the moment of conception. Right? They should be included appropriately. And one thing that we need to know here is that among these states, the conditioning phenomena, the consciousness, right, the manindriya, and also the jivitindriya, the life faculty, these two, they are present in all the mind moments, which means that that we are not going to exclude those in the conditioned states, right? But in the conditioning phenomena, there will be small differences. I will discuss them later. So in the single enumeration Pali, in the Suddha Sankhya Pali, so it becomes as Indriya Satta, which means in the Indriya Paccaya, there are 7 enumerations. And what we have to know here is that the prenescence faculty, Purejat Indriya, which comes in another group, and the Rupa Jivitra Indriya, the physical life faculty, which include in another group. The enumerations which are applicable for these two, the prenescence faculty and the physical life faculty, they are included in the Abhyakato Abhyakatassa, right? Which means that the total for all the 3 types of faculty condition are included in these 7 enumerations. Right. So regarding the Sahajāta Indriya, there are small differences in, like, even though there are 8 faculties, 8 analytical states regarding to these faculties, we need to know which are applicable for which term. So in the wholesome terms, in the Kusalapada, all 8 faculties are present that we need to know, right? All of them are there. So I mean, all 8 analytical states which is related to faculties are present. However, there are consciousness, the jnana viparita consciousness, which means the consciousness which does not include the wisdom, right? Which are disassociated from wisdom. So in those consciousness, the wisdom does not arise. And also, some of I mean, regarding the analytical states, yes, it's true. But the other, in the other 7 faculty and the other 7 types of analytical states, they are present in every wholesome consciousness that we need to know, right? Regarding the unwholesome terms, the akusala pada, the beautiful mental factors which are in the faculties such as saddha, the faith, sati, the mindfulness, and panya, the wisdom, they do not arise in the akusala terms, right? So only five analytical states are present there. Regarding the indeterminate terms, all 8 Indriya the faculties are there, analytical states are there, but we have to apply them appropriately, right? In some of the consciousness, some of them will not be available. Right. Now we'll move into the analytical states. So in the wholesome terms, the kusala pada, there are 8 of them, right? The jivitindriya, like faculty, consciousness, feeling, faith, effort, mindfulness, and one-pointedness, and wisdom. So 8 are there, but as I mentioned earlier, we have to use them appropriately. Wherever the wisdom is not applicable, we have to omit it. And in the term endings, we have the associated aggregates for the wholesome term ending. The associated aggregates, which are 21 wholesome consciousness and 38 mental factors. And in the indeterminate term endings, we have the mind produced matter, and wholesome and indeterminate ending, we have the associated aggregates and mind produced matter. So we have given the word term here, rooted mind produced matter, because we know all the wholesome consciousness, they are rooted. So the mind produced matter also become rooted ones. Right. So for the akusala terms, only five types of conditioning states are there. Only 5 are there. So the life faculty, consciousness, feeling, effort, and one-pointedness. And the associated aggregates, they are the 12 unwholesome consciousness and 27 mental factors. And for the akusala term ending, and for the abhyakata term ending, for indeterminate term ending, we have the mind produced matter, and akubhya, the unwholesome and indeterminate term ending, we have the associated aggregates and the rooted mind produced matter. Right. So finally, we have the abhyakata term ending, indeterminate term and indeterminate term ending. So here we have all eight of them in the conditioning state, but we have to apply them wherever it's it's applicable. Say, for example, Viriya, so say the wisdom will not be applicable in some of the resultant and functional consciousness, right? The same case with Viriya. Yes, and then the mindfulness also same. So like that, we have to know, and we need to understand based on the knowledge from the Abhidhamma Sangha where to apply these conditioning states. So in the conditioned states, the conditioned phenomena, we have the 36 resultant consciousness, the 20 functional consciousness, and the 38 mind produced matter. And at the moment of conception, karma produced matter. So this becomes the conditioned states. Yes, so from that we have done with the Conanson's faculty condition. So if you have any questions, we can spend some time answering them.
Bhante, there is a question in the chat in Chinese. Would like to ask, what are the 22 Indriyas, please?
Oh, I think I have to produce a list, right? Right. So here we have 15 Indriyas mentioned for the mental faculties. Then we have the other 7. They are related to the 15 of them are there. So the other 5 is the one is the 5 cognition, the faculties which is related to cognition, like eye faculty, etc. So there are 5 of them, and then so here we have 15, so 20, and the other one is the male and the female faculty, the Bhavindriya. There are 2 of them, so that makes up to 7, right? Totaling up to 22. And what we have to understand here, there's one more thing here. We have the mental life faculty, right? Nama Jivit Indriya. So in the list of the 22 mental faculties, this is given as I have forgot it.
Bhante, I sent to
Yeah, it's
Bhante.
given as life faculty. It's given as life faculty in general as Jivitindriya, and it's two-folded: mental life faculty and the physical life faculty. So when you say Jivitindriya, so the physical life faculty is taken here. Oh, I'm sorry. When you say Jivitindriya, the both are included. So in the Jivitindriya, there are 2: the mental life faculty and the physical life faculty. Both are included in Jivitindriya. Okay, somebody sent it already in the chat. So any other questions? Okay, seems no questions, so we'll share merits. Okay, so we'll share the merits which we accumulated during the last in our session by learning, teaching, reflecting the supreme words of the Buddha. And may all the beings, the deities, and everybody rejoice on our merits, and may our blessings be a supportive factor for all the beings to have a peaceful time, especially for the people in Myanmar. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditva cirang rakkhantu sāsanam. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditva cirang rakkhantu desanam. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditva cirang rakkhantu maṃ paraṃ. Idammi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Imina puñña kammena māme bāla samāgamo sataṃ samāgamo hotu yāva nibbāna pattiyā. Yang pattaṃ kusalaṃ tassa anubhavena pānino sabbe saddhamma rājassa ñattvā dhammaṃ sukhavaham pāpunantu visuddhāya sukhāya patipattiyā asoka manupāyāsaṃ Nibbāna sukha muttamang cirang tittatu saddhammo dhamme hontu sagarava sabbepi satta kalena samma devo pavassatu yatharakkinsu purana surajano tatevimang Raja rakkatu dhammena attanova pajang pajang imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhaṃ pujemi imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya dhammaṃ pujemi imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya Sanghang pujemi Addhaimaya patipattiya Jati jara vyadhi maranamha Parimuccissami Idamme punyang asavakkaya vahang hotu Idamme punyang nibbanassa paccayo hotu Mama punya bhagang sabba sattanang bhajemi Te sabbe me samang punya bhagang labhantu Buddha sasanang chirang tittatu Buddha sasanang chirang tittatu Buddha sasanang chirang tittatu Sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Thank you very much, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Bante.
Satu, 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 Bante.
Sadhu, Nibbana Samacayutta.
Cảm ơn Bante. Satu, satu, satu.
Sadhu Bante.
Satu, satu, satu.
Saranami Bante. Maya katam kunchang samina namodi tapang.
Sadhu, sadhu anumodami.
Samina katam punyang mayanda tapang.
Sadhu anumoditabbang.
Okas daratena katang sapang. Acyang kamatame Bante.
Kamami, kamitabbang.
Dutiyampi kamami Bante. Tatiyampi kamami Bante.
Sukhi hotu, Nibbana Samacayutta.
Silavantang gunavantang punyaketang anuttarang. Tullabena mayalattang. Asitong vantitong varang. Sariputtaditiranang agatang patipatiya saddasilang dayavasang nityaputtang namamahang.
Sukhi hotu, Nibbana Samacayutta.